I'm recording to you live from the canal. So in London, in central London, there's a little canal that has some nice eateries and food places, but obviously there's also a Montessori nursery school here. There's real estate agencies for brand new buildings, and there's existing buildings too. So some of the walks around here have been specifically in this area. So let's talk about real estate, and specifically in property and real estate. What is the certainty and the confidence? Because this is something that isn't intuitive and you can't guess it, but it is super important, especially if you're going to be successful in real estate. There is a difference between confidence and certainty. And quite often you're mistaken by having super confidence in something that has no proven track record. So what do I mean by that? Well, we spoke in the last few days about doing something that you've done previously 3 or 4 times, as opposed to a doctor that perhaps has 10,000 experiences doing the same thing. And I pointed out that when it's your own money, when it's your own thing, then you might be more in tune with it because it means more to you. You don't want to lose that money. So why all of a sudden am I changing my tune? Why am I saying that confidence is key? I'm not. There's a confidence to numbers. There's two things that come into play when you're thinking about investing in a property or when you're thinking about buying a house to live in. And those two things are working out who your community is. In other words, if you're close to a school like that Montessori nursery school next to me, or if you're buying a property to live in and it's close to your workplace, because then you can be confident that those big buildings, they're not likely to move. Yes, they do, every 10 years they re-establish a supermarket, they close one bank and they move the bank to some other area. But that is so rare. So when you're thinking of certainty and you're thinking of confidence, if you're going to live in a place, to decide that you're going to have the location that you want, because the big items don't. The only things that move are perhaps your neighbours. And sometimes it's that noisy neighbour that moves up. So with location, you can have certainty. In Australia, right now, in Sydney, they are deciding on the elections. The elections have been called in the month of May. We're currently in April. In the month of May, Australia will have its federal elections. So what will change? We're going to have a new budget, a new tax system. We're going to have new leadership. And it doesn't matter whether the existing team come back in or whether it's a new team. Both have promised to make changes. So that change is going to be helping.
So it's not allowed to make videos.
No social media.
Yeah. So you have to get
Well, I've been told no social media.